It's so bright. Make that work. It's so bright. Jenna doesn't know that this is actually live. She's looking at it to make sure that it's real. Jenna offered me coffee a few hours ago, and I was like, no, because I'm going to need to sleep all day. And then we just got the message that we just got. So, thank you. Just as any other night, it's going to sound like a beer, but it's not a beer.
Something else.
It's coffee. Coffee. These are expensive, but they're delicious.
You're fucking needy today, though. Like, I went.
You just dropped an F-bomb
Oh,
on your YouTube channel. I said it's not for kids.
Oh. Well, you're like, I need breakfast, but I'm not going to walk to the breakfast truck. And then you're like, I need coffee, and I need vape batteries.
I think Jenna just put our first official F-bomb on YouTube.
Mm-mm. You already have.
No, because I took that video down.
On other lives.
No.
I've just done my first official F-bomb on YouTube.
All right. Well, Jenna did her official first F-bomb on YouTube.
I'm honestly surprised it took this long.
And of course, she had to drop an F-bomb when trying to throw a barb at me.
But you are needy today.
Yeah. But hey, she's been doing a lot of stuff to help out today. She walked a long way to get a breakfast burrito. Look, oh no, that's not him. I mean, this truck knows who we are. That is him.
That is?
Yes. That's Million Mile Man right there. It's got to be him. It's got to be him. But I thought his truck, his Peterbilt had a black grill, but I'm pretty sure that's a brand new Peterbilt. Although that's not an Ultraloft. I think it's him. It might be that he doesn't have his new truck yet.
I don't think he has.
I think that's him. Anyway, we're still at Prime. Let me show you guys.
Eric's losing his mind. People doing bad stuff.
Our view right now, people doing new driver stuff. It's freaking bright. Let's see if I can help at all. People doing new driver stuff. So this load that we took.
That's him, and it is all tiny tear out here.
I'll just go see if it's him. I'll go over there. Tell him I'm doing it live. Pretty sure that's him. Anyway, this load was supposed to be here at midnight last night. I think what happened, just from what I can gather, I think what happened is that it came out of Dodge City, I believe. And I think the driver that picked it up, because the load was late, the driver, it was solo getting here to Springfield, ran out of hours. So I think he ran out of hours. He or she ran out of hours waiting for the load because it was late being ready for that driver, and they had to take a 10-hour break before bringing it to Springfield. So we've literally been sitting here waiting for this trailer since midnight this morning, and it still isn't here at Springfield. So. The Gaines fan, what's up, man? Can't wait to come to Prime Inc. to do lease. Just got 2 more months. You have 2 more months to wait. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. There's a lot of cool people coming to Prime right now. There's a lot of students at Prime right now. There are like 2 groups of 10 students this morning on the pad doing backing maneuvers and stuff. So anyway, so this load, it was getting down to a window that was really frustrating me because there's like this no man's land window where if that trailer would have gotten here within, 2 or 3 hours, a couple hours ago, then it would have been extremely tight, like not being able to stop the truck, basically running like a high val load for a meat load. We'd have to just run our asses off and not stop for 1,100 miles other than fuel and required legal brakes, So if it had gotten here in that window, I would have been pissed because my fleet manager, I love him to pieces, but I know for a fact if I would have been like, dude, this window is now really tight, he would have said, oh, you can make it, bro. You're good. You guys are good. You'll make it. You guys know how fleet managers are. So, but we passed that window. Now it's like it's not possible to get that load to its 90. Sorry if it's noisy, guys. We have the windows down. It is freaking beautiful today. Like t-shirt weather, beautiful in Springfield. So the windows down. You can hear the APU next door. What's up, Stefan? Man, Stefan, I remember watching you, bro. I think it was you that was on Baggs' truck. You were his student, right? John St. Clair. Yikes, you were waiting when I went to bed last night. Yeah, exactly. I was bored out of my freaking mind at the terminal last night because I couldn't sleep, so I stayed up all night. I just woke up right now. So I went to sleep this morning. Because I called driver lineup after I did that video in a terminal. I called driver lineup and I'm like, hey guys, where is this trailer? Because it was supposed to be here. And driver lineup says the trailer is still sitting at the meat plant in Kansas. So I'm like, what the fuck? Then I called this morning. I woke up, went in to use the bathroom, called like a few hours ago and said, hey man, where is this trailer? And you're like, oh, the driver's in Kansas City. So anyway, I messaged my fleet manager. I'm like, hey man, we're across the line, dude. There's no freaking way we can get this trailer to that 90 on time tomorrow morning. There's no way. And because it's a grocery distribution center, they only take frozen meat at certain times in the morning. And because ours was at 10 o'clock, ours was like the last window for meat load to arrive. So now the load gets pushed, the 90 gets pushed to Friday morning. So now we're on a solo load. This is basically a solo load now. But he did say it pays really well. I think he said it pays just over $2 a mile. So it'll end up being, $2,200. But it burns up an extra day of time for us. The Gaines fam at my company just get 2 more months of Country Prime, just shy of 6 months, so can do lease. Oh, I see what you're saying. Stefan, yeah, I thought that was you. Stefan, you and I, we get in a little back and forth in the comments sometimes, but I love you, man. Can't all agree at all times, and I actually respect that you kind of push back on me sometimes. I respect it. I do. It's frustrating to me sometimes, but I respect it. Jeffro, hey. Stefan, stuck at Sam's DC, getting tandems fixed, fitting broke, can't slide them, and you're overweight. Oh, that sucks. That sucks, man. I've had that happen before. We picked up a load at Hershey's in Edwardsville, Illinois once, where the tandems were stuck in a 12th hole. Scott Williams, good day, sir. Finally can comment since I'm not driving during your lives. Somehow as a TNT driver, I do all the night shift driving. And Scott, when I was in TNT, I did 0 night driving. My trainer was like me now. He exclusively drove at night. He did not want to drive in the day. He hated traffic. He'd been with Prime for like 8 years. He hated traffic so much. He did not want to drive during the daytime. So I got no night driving training, and now I drive only at night. Stefan, yes we do. Yeah, we do. Stefan is the driver lineup devil's advocate. That'd be a nice way of saying it. Toys for T. Watts. You always say the same thing, man. Is it man or woman? I can't ever see your icon. Gaines fan. Make sure you use driver code on Country Prime. That'd be awesome, man. Use that driver code. It's ODOMEJ. It's always in the description. So we've been sitting here all morning watching backing maneuvers on the pad. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to admit something. I could sink every single one of these backing maneuvers, hands down, without question, doing it as a trucker. I do not remember how to do it the way they teach you to do it. So we were sitting here talking, like if I became a trainer again, I'd have to go take the trainer class again, just because I don't remember all the, having a steering wheel in the right place. I mean, I just stick my head out the window and sink all the maneuvers. I do not remember. And honestly, I don't remember pre-trip either. Like, I know how to pre-trip my truck and trailer. I know everything to look for. I know where everything's at. It's a little bit different at Peterbilt. I know where it's all at, but try to get me to recite the pre-trip right now, I'd probably fail miserably. I know nothing on my truck's cracked, bent, or broken, but Stefan, you keep me honest. Are you saying I'm not honest? Saying I'm not honest unless I'm tussling with you? I think that is Million Mile Man over there. Jenna went to talk to him. So after I jump off this live, which my laptop battery is at 67%, so I'll stay live here for a little bit. Jeffro, is it much different driving at night compared to driving during the day? Like if you learn to drive during the day, your trainer never lets you drive at night. Yeah, it is a different animal driving at night. It is a different animal. It's not a different animal because the truck drives any differently. The truck doesn't drive any differently. It's here that it's different. Because it's just you and your headlights hitting the highway. There's no scenery. There's no things that you look at to kind of make you think about it. It's you looking at the road. Like in the daytime, you watch way far ahead. Your field of vision is much greater in the daytime. At nighttime, it's the road right in front of you. And if you don't have good vision, if you can't see deer, if you can't see a tire laying in the lane, up ahead in the dark, it can be a dangerous situation. And Jenna doesn't see that great at night. It's not a dangerous way, but it's not dangerous, but it's more challenging for her. The way her eyes adjust to it. And then in addition to that, man, you get like 3 or 4 hours into your sleep or into your drive, especially like I'd say probably 2:30 to 5:30, although it gets lighter earlier in the summer. 2:30 to 5:30, man, if you're not adjusted to being able to be wide awake, it can be very difficult during those few hours to be focused, alert. Driving at night's a different animal, man. But someone asked me the other day, how do you see your trailer and stuff? Well, you can still see your trailer. You could see you've got your running lights, you got your tail lights that you can see hitting the ground behind the trailer, so you know where the end of your trailer is. So you still know where your trailer is. You can still see your trailer. It's just driving at night's a different animal, man. It's not for everybody. I know quite a few drivers who just cannot do it. Jenna's one of them. She cannot drive all night. Like if you put Jenna in the middle of the city driving at night, she does just fine. But get her out in the countryside, middle of the night, she can't do it. Let's see, Jeffro, are you gonna have a bad time driving at night? Am I gonna have a bad time driving at night? You mean if you don't get training? If you don't get trained to drive at night? I don't think so. I don't know. Again, I think it's just, I don't think I needed any training for driving at night. I think I just, either you can or you can't. I think the key is just to make sure that you have plenty of good sleep during the day and make sure that you can see and know how to watch for things, your reaction time to things laying in the middle of the interstate is going to be a lot different. You don't have as much time. In the daytime, you can see objects in the road much further ahead, and there's a lot more traffic, so they're all reacting to those objects as well. At nighttime, it might just be you in the road, and then, like, for example, I had a 5-gallon Home Depot bucket standing straight up in the middle of the lane once in Florida. A black bucket. It said Home Depot on the side. And I just came up on it, doing 65 miles an hour. And in my head, that 5-gallon bucket could be full of paint, could be full of rocks, gravel. Who the F knows what was in that bucket? But it just like split second, I'm going to freaking hit this bucket head on, because if I try to miss it, I'm going to be in critical event rollover territory. You know what I mean? But in the daytime, you'd see that bucket way, way further back. Dogs losing their minds. No. Dogs losing their minds. So anyway, you should do a full video on the lease process, picking a truck, like a full breakdown of everything you had to do to get into a lease. Yeah, I can do that. Scott Williams, got to learn how to stay awake at 3 a.m. That seems to be the worst hour. 3 a.m. is definitely the worst hour. I totally agree with you, Scott. 3 a.m. is easily the worst hour. 3 a.m. is the time that I crack into a bag of sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds is what does it for me. That usually kicks off my second wind. Want to drive at night mostly, and that would suck if I had never learned to drive at night, Jeffro. Yeah, I think, again, I had no training driving at night. And that's all I drive. So I think it's just, can you mentally do it? That was me asking about the end of the trailer at night. Okay, Jeffro, so that was you asking. Yeah. Yeah, you can see your trailer. You can see your trailer. Now, there's a couple instances where it's harder to know where your ass is. And you guys know I did that video about always know where your ass is with a truck. There's a couple instances, like if you're in a tiny little town in the middle of the night, there's not a lot of street lights and things like that, and you go and make a right turn, well, it's pitch black, At that point, at that stage, it can be difficult to know where the ass end of your trailer is. So there's some instances like that where it can get a little challenging. Let's see, 910 trucker, what's up, man? Know when you're going at night because it's easiest to miss turns at night. Yeah, super easy to miss turns at night. Definitely. Really? Hey, stop yelling at people. Scott Williams, 3M is get out for a second, stretch, and get fresh air. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what rest areas are for me. Sometimes I'll stop at a rest area just for like 5 or 10 minutes, even if there's not anywhere to park, just sit there and turn my flashers on, as long as I'm not blocking traffic from being able to, move about, and just get out and walk around for 5 or 10 minutes. Not because I'm like dangerously tired or anything, but just because I want to get a second or third wind, you know what I mean? And it's especially easy in the winter when it's cold air. Just wake you right up. I used to hate driving at night, but now I'm getting used to night. The Gaines fam. I love driving at night. There's hardly any way stations open. And if they are open, it's usually just passing trucks through to get the numbers up, It's like never, ever inspections going on at night. Hardly ever. I don't think I've ever seen DOT inspections happening at 1 a.m. And there's never any traffic. You can whip through Atlanta and Chicago in no time, without slowing down. Jim C., you're pooping. I don't know if you're the only one who admits that, but I know that you're not the only one in the room, in the chat, that watches videos or their phone while taking a dump. Jeffro, haha, Jim, me too. See. TJ Ditmar, hey man, love the channel. Sorry to hear about the load. I just left Prime a few weeks ago, found a local job so I can be home with a son and wife every day. Love Prime as a company. It's tough being away from family, but it's also really tough finding a local job that you can make the kind of money we make, Steve Hansel, deer run out like they're shot out of a gun. Man, the deer at night, this year to me is twice as bad for deer than last year was. Last year there was like deer seasons, there were times of the year where you wouldn't see deer for like a month or two. This year, the deer are just 24/7 all year, 365 days. What's up, Nick Ferdinand? Scott Williams, I like to drive cold, AC or window crack during cold weather. Helps me be awake. My trainer loves coming up front and cranking heat. Oh yeah, I cannot run heat in the front of the truck during those hardest of the night hours. Can't do it. If I run heat up here, I don't care if it's 5 degrees outside. If I run heat up here, it doesn't matter if I just slept 12 hours, man. Heat blowing on me, 3 a.m, I'm in trouble. I need cold. But see, I vape, so my window is cracked like all the time anyway. So that helps. And sometimes if it's too cold out of this window, my driver's side window, then I'll open the other side window, passenger side window, and that lets enough cold air to help me stay awake, and then sunflower seeds. Usually like 5 or 6 mouthfuls of sunflower seeds in a row, and I'm back awake, and then back wide awake. And then an hour later, I'll eat some more sunflower seeds and back awake. Same with gum, chewing gum, although that's not quite as good as sunflower seeds. I don't know what it is with sunflower seeds, but they're like a cup of coffee to me. Let's see. How are you and Jenna? We are great, man. Jen and I are great. She's over there talking to Million Mile Man right now, which I'm going to have to go do as soon as I get off this thing. Jeffro, I would hate to be local. I do counter work, and it's all local. Austin traffic sucks. Yeah, Austin traffic does suck. Commuting is a nightmare. Austin traffic sucks. TJ, I agree with that. I wasn't knocking you for that. Don't take that the wrong way. I wasn't knocking you for that. I'm not going to be OTR forever. I'm not going to be OTR for more than 3 or 4 years, to be honest with you. I hope not. Yeah, I wasn't knocking you. I totally respect. I mean, our objective, of course, you guys who watch our channel know our objective is to have 3 trucks in 4 years, one of which I own by that time that I can go do anything I want with. And the other 2, if not all 3, but certainly the other 2, keep in Prime's fleet. So I don't know what I'll be doing. Well, maybe I'll be running freight for Prime still at that time. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I don't think I want to run the way I run now in 4 years. Can't wait to start on the 14th, Dustin. Nick, doing a couple lines worked for me at night. No comment. For me, staying between the lines works for me at night. Yeah, TJ, that's a good way of explaining it. It's a really good way of explaining it. It is like comparing NFL salary. I mean, it's not even the same game, But working local, you're working normal hours. You're home every night. OTR, man, if we OTR now, we make a lot of money. But if you ever break down your hourly pay, if you ever break down your hourly pay OTR, what it really means is you just work an F ton of hours. You know what I mean? John St. Clair, do you see your company expanding beyond 3 trucks after a few years? I don't know. I'm not planning that far ahead, and I'm not trying to be that ambitious. I'm trying, not that I am ambitious, don't get me wrong, but I'm also trying to be conservative and realistic with myself, and trying to understand what I believe I can accomplish and the timelines that I'm familiar with and believe that I can accomplish those things in. So maybe 2 years from now, my plans start to expand, but where I sit right now, our goal is to have our brand new Peterbilt, which we're about to order, paid off 4 years from now, and have 2 other Freightliners that we're paying for by the time our Peterbilt is paid off. Have those other 2 trucks running. So you don't like cocaine, you just like the smell. Well, then go get something that's artificially smells like cocaine. But you don't want that on your truck. Which, it reminds me, Jen and I we were at a pilot, I think in Nebraska, Flying J, like right during the COVID thing when, and you couldn't buy any hand sanitizer anywhere. You couldn't find any hand sanitizer anywhere. And we go into this pilot Flying J, and there's someone stocking. A local kind of boutique joint was stocking these really large bottles of this like organic mineral infused hand sanitizer, really big bottles of it. Had all kinds of minerals and essential oils and stuff like that. No alcohol, so we can have it on the truck. So we're like, this is great, couldn't find hand sanitizer anywhere. So we buy one of these bottles, come out here and crack it open, and it smelled exactly like Sailor Jerry. It smelled like just straight up, cherry barrel rum. So, and it's all we had. So for a few days we were using it, and it just made our hands reek like Sailor Jerry. So eventually I was like, okay, we can't use this, man. We can't use this because we pull into a DOT station, And it wasn't like just if you put your hand up to your face, you could smell it. It was like, it made the truck smell like Sailor Jerry. Ben, did you say you're planning on getting used Freightliners from Pedigree? It's actually a really good deal if you haven't looked into it. No, we're getting brand new Freightliners. Brand spanking new. I know the Pedigree deal is a good deal. I get into this conversation with people on live streams all the time. I'm not saying they're not a good deal. I just, I want all the miles on my trucks to be miles that I'm responsible for or that my drivers are responsible for. I want brand new trucks. This is what it is. John St. Clair want a profitable business to hand off to their children. Yeah, we don't have kids, but we just don't want to drive forever. So what we're looking at is, so I'm 40. Jenna told me I'm 41. I said it was 42 last night. I'm 41. I don't remember if her birthday is New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and I don't remember how old I am. But at 50 years old, what am I going to have running for me in terms of multiple streams of income, potential for good retirement, working retirement. So I'm really thinking of, like a 4-year plan of having to run OTR as hard as I do now for me personally. And then like a 7 or 8 year plan of having to potentially not work and do some other thing, not work the way that I work right now and do some other things. Rona made a lot of things disappear. Hand sanitizer, soap, Lysol, toilet paper, Jeffro, yeah, it did. How did it taste? I don't know. I was not going to taste it. Jeffro, if you get pulled over, they're going to be asking questions. Absolutely. Made the whole truck smell like Sailor Jerry. I actually still have a little bottle of it. This little bottle, you can see it's like a really, the sun's super bright, but the sanitizer in this bottle is not the original sanitizer that came in this bottle. I filled it with that stuff. I'm telling you, man, Sailor Jerry. So that's just a backup that I've had in the truck. I've had it in this little pocket in my seat. I just haven't gotten rid of it yet. I just opened it, man. I just opened it, and it makes my truck reek like Sailor Jerry. So now we have all kinds of other bottles and stuff that doesn't smell like rum. Ben, yeah, I totally agree. Prime, we saw Pedigree running some tractors this morning around a lot, just giving a stress test and doing various things with them. Those trucks are in great shape, man. Fleet managed. Still have warranties on them. They're a good deal. They're a good deal. Jennifer, your sanitizer smells like tequila. That's fine. Well, she's waving me over there. I'm pretty sure that's Million Mile Man. So, but I just want to give you guys an update. YouTube's having some problems. Some of my videos won't play. Some of the channels that I follow, their videos won't play back. So live is kind of, plus my laptop was already out. So I figured I'd jump on here and do it live. But just so you guys know, man, still sitting here at the yard getting this $2,200 load that was supposed to deliver tomorrow morning. We ain't going to make it. So they moved the appointment to Friday. So now we get to kind of not be so rushed. But it means we lost a day. So anyway, that's my update. Probably going to go say hi to Million Mile Man for a minute and then get out here and say hi to some students on the pad. And hopefully our trailer will be here shortly. So yeah, Jeffro is still at the terminal, man. This trailer is still not here. Should be here any minute. So, all right, guys. Thanks for joining in this afternoon. Appreciate you all. If you could, before you leave, hit that like button. It's now like 4 likes. Come on, give me a couple more likes. That helps. Helps with these videos. It really does. The videos that have more likes, I'm telling you guys, get more views. They really do. I didn't think it was that simple, but apparently YouTube really lends a lot of credibility to that. So anyway, thanks guys. Appreciate you a lot. I've enjoyed the discussion we've been having with each other on driverlineup.com and on our Discord channel. It's been awesome. So, all right, be safe, make good decisions. As always, drive to thrive. Talk to you guys soon.